Hello everyone and welcome back to World of Warship, and let's talk Swedish destroyer line, or shall I say European destroyer line. You get very much. I would like to say it's one ship that it's kind of OP and overpower in the entire Tech 3, and I still believe, guys, I have this gut feeling that where we might nerf the ship, unfortunately. But very much before they do it, I would like to share with you what kind of ship can we expect in this game. Everyone who had purchased the Kamikaze or the premium Fujin, they know that it's actually a Minikaze. When I started playing this game, the Minikaze had those 7 kilometers 67 knots torpedo, and they hit hard, and literally you nuke every battleship in one freaking saldo. The Swedish will not have the potent, strong torpedo power with a huge damage. In a matter of fact, the other way around, they will do less than half of the damage of the Japanese torpedoes. But guys, what makes the Swedish Visby? Visby, it's a big old town in Swedish island called Gotland. So it's a very nice, good looking name, Visby. It's the tier 5 Swedish destroyer. I believe tier 4 tier, it might be the best one of all destroyers. I'll explain you why. It shares some features. What makes Kamikaze R or Fujin so damn strong? Why can you torp left and right, and why can you disengage? It's of course the concealment, but also hard-hitting torps, but maneuverable and very much the speed. Let's talk about speed. The Visby and the Minikaze have the same bloody speed, but not the same turning radius, because the turning radius of Visby, it's less than 550. It's, I do believe, 540. Yes. It's fantastic. And same story, guys, with the rudder shift. Let's talk about rudder shift, because I have to give you information about how agile this new Swedish tier 5 ship will be. All right, 39 knots, 540 instead of 550, and the rudder, it's amazing, 2.5. So even the Kamikaze are agile, extremely agile. The new Swedish badass tier 5 Visby will outturn this, and not by significant, but guys, 39 knots and 2.5 rudder and 540 turning radius. It's fantastic. It's one of the best in this game. I cannot come up with any other destroyer will beat those stats. Of course, you may argue that some other stats are not that great, but how maneuverable, it's extremely good. How about if you can imagine yourself a Minikaze R, and let's put the best guns at tier 5, not the Soviet, but you get the point. We go into Tech 3, you go into United States, and we put Nicholas guns, because they will perform extremely easy. Same Minikaze hit points of 9,600. I kind of forgot to say it. So the hit points, it's kind of low. Now we are talking about the guns, guys, and this is kind of important, because what makes the Nicholas special is that you do have the opportunity with AA defense and pretty alright-ish AA for its tier to defend yourself. Alright, so guys, now we're talking the same rate of fire, 6.5 seconds, and AP shells, it's not 160, which is absolutely fantastic. It's laser guns. We have 900 instead. But guys, it's pretty damn easy to hit with 900 or 950 meters per second. It's so darn easy to hit. And what kind of guns we do have? We do not have 4. The Nicholas have 1, 2, 3 and 4. We in Sweden, we have 5 guns, and which it's literally, guys, one gun more is more DPM, right? And the same story, guys, I would like to say, it's that The percentage to put your enemy on fire. Let's talk about Nicholas guns. You see here, chance to put the enemy on fire is 4%. In the Swedish destroyer are 8, which makes them one of the best fire starter at tier 5. And absolutely ridiculous when you consider that maneuver, how maneuverable the tier 5 Visby is with those guns, 6.5, and pretty easy to hit, and the damage is almost there. The maximum damage of HE are not 1800 but 1700, and same story with the AP. The AP damage exactly Nicholas damage, AP 2200, so literally guys close to Nicholas guns. You may argue the biggest difference it's actually the range. You do not have a whole lot of range. 10.9 and the Visby has 9.5, so of course it's 1 kilometer less, but you can adjust that with advanced firing training, which actually I recommend for both Nicholas and the Swedish destroyer. What kind of torpedo they will have? It's a very special kind of torpedo. I have no idea how to explain, but probably the best thing to explain, it's somehow this is literally guys one of the best tier 5 torpedoes. I'm talking about torpedo, nothing else guys, and it's the T-22, and those improved torps guys are not a joke. They have 62 knots and 7.5 kilometers in range, and they do ton of damage, 13,700 for tier 5. Of course the damage of the Swedish, it's maximum 7,500, so it's exactly half, or close to half of that. But what kind of torpedo they will receive? They will receive whopping 65 knots, so it is 3 knots faster, and instead of 7.59 kilometers in range. You may argue that the concealment actually it's not that great. I believe let's talk about concealment also, because that's the only downside with this ship. 7.1 instead of 6. But 7.1. Let's go to Nicholas and talk about the concealment of the Nicholas. US. This is stock without any captain's perk, camo and stuff like that. The Nicholas here has 6.7, so of course 7.1 is kind of a rough. You will be outspotted of everything and everyone, but you still have better speed than Nicholas, better turning radius, and way better rudder shift, and of course way better torps, you know what I mean. Even though you don't do a whole lot of damage, but the torpedo guys, they reload ridiculous fast. Let's see how fast the German, and they are pretty fast reloading torpedoes. I'm talking about the T-22 torps. The T-22 torps reload every 68 seconds. 68 seconds, which is not bad. They are pretty fast reloading torpedoes, I believe so. The Visby's torps reload every 55 seconds, so yeah, pretty amazing, right? 55 seconds, and this is with no module, no extra perk and stuff like that. So I believe guys that you could have done a little bit more than 40 seconds, so they are crazy, and you have 6 of them. Same story with the with this German destroyer, which I believe it is a pretty good looking torpedo boat actually. 68 seconds, but they do more damage. And same torpedo detection by sea, you will detect them at 1.4 instead of 1.3. So but you also have 3 knots faster torps, which basically you have the same reaction time as the T-22 torpedoes. Very little, to be honest with you. There are very few torpedo beside Kamikaze R and Fuji with 67 knots torp. 65 knots for tier 5. It's extremely good, guys. You will be able to hit your target pretty easy, and with that speed and the maneuver, the only real downside, it has no smoke and no pre-crash crappy concealment, to be honest with you. But otherwise, guys, there's one more thing. You change your smoke with your heal, so you do have heal, guys. Not a whole lot. You have engine boost, you have damage compartry, and on third slot you have repair part in duration 10 seconds, and you heal 1% HP per second, and you only have 2 charges with premium ones. Otherwise you only have 1 with no premium. So I highly recommend Superintendent and a premium consumable. Then you do have 3 heals, which is absolutely fantastic, guys, because you can take a hit, and especially with the laser arc with 5 guns. I mean, don't get me wrong, let's talk about the guns over here. What kind of guns do we talk about? They only have 105mm guns, so we cannot compare. But literally, if you can imagine like this, in gunpowder, Nicholas with 5 guns and same rate of fire and almost the same flat arc, and twice % to put your enemy on fire. It's pretty ridiculous, pretty strong, and it's one of the most maneuverable destroyer at tier 5. So let me know in a comment below what you think about Visby. Is it a little bit too strong, or do we have this feeling that probably she will tune down a little bit because the stats are crazy beside the concealment? I know concealment is everything, but guys, there are very few destroyer with 9km torps. Okay, so guys, thanks for watching, and always captains, fair seas, and goodbye.